Hi everyone, Tiffany here with A Crafty Home, and today I'm doing a little bit different kind of video, and it's a little shaky. Let's see if I can get that up. There we go. Yes, it's going to be very kind of vlog-like, and this might be how my videos are for the next little while. I know I mentioned in my last video that, or maybe 2 videos ago now, that my back was getting worse. It has gotten a lot worse to where I'm spending most of my time in bed. I need to get like a tripod for my phone. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm spending a lot of time in bed now, and so I can't stand up for more than like 5 minutes, and most of my time is either in my chair and then in the afternoons in bed. And so I thought, you know what, I still want to make videos, so I'm just gonna do them from bed. So this is gonna be a new series called Booktubing from Bed, and the content's the same, the quality will just be, not what it is all the time. So I'll do my best to look at the camera and not at myself, which is really hard. But anyways, this is our bedroom with our really horrid wallpaper. This room will eventually get redone. We've redone like every other room in our house, but not this room yet. And there's like pictures from the kids on our walls. See, because they like to color us pictures and we hang them up in here. Anyway, so I thought since this week is National Library Week that I would show you what I have checked out from the library right now. This isn't recent. I only picked one of these up recently, and actually it was a book that I'd had for a long time, and I returned it and then I rechecked it out because I hadn't read it yet, so now I've got to get it read, which I'm about ready to do. So anyway, without further ado, let me show you. I love my library. First of all, I read a ton from my library. I put them on hold. Our library, I've talked about my library before. Our library has a really great like on hold system, so I love that about them. I love that you can just I can request a book and it'll come from any in our area. I think there's quite a few. A lot of them are little, but they'll come to my library and then it emails me and I can just go pick it up or have somebody pick it up for me if I'm stuck in bed, which is really nice. Like, I can't send them down there to just go check up any random book, but if I've put it on hold, they can go take my library card and just pick up one I have on hold, which is great. So let's see where to start. I've got a pile of them here. This book, let's start with this one, is Overdue. And this is, and I don't care because I'm almost done. This is Heir of Fire. Oh, I forgot. Everything's going to show up backwards, I think. I can't remember. They might show up backwards, the words, because of doing it on my cell phone. I hope not. I hope it'll flip it when I edit it. But if not, I'm really sorry for all you anal people. Like I said, this is lo-fi. Just deal with me, and at least we still get a chat, okay? Okay. So this is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, this is a reread for me. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've read this before, but I have a horrid memory, and so I have to reread it before I read Queen of Shadows. And so I had them all, and I've been putting it off because I've been reading so many other things, and it's just a lot to read, And then they were all coming due, so I was like, oh no, I gotta read them. So I got to like Heir of Fire before I had to return them. I returned Queen of Shadows because I was like, okay, well, I'll recheck it out. And so I put it on hold, and it's coming from a library far away, but like it's been in transit for a few days from a library that's only a half hour away, and I'm like, what? So anyway, I went down and actually checked it out, and my favorite librarian was cracking up about it. Anyway, so this, I have like just a little bit left. I'll finish it tonight, and then I get to start the book I got today from the library, Queen of Shadows. So this is Queen of Shadows. That's what I've checked out. I can't wait to start it. I want to know what happens. I was going to buddy read it with Amy, and Amy, I'm sorry, I can't wait any longer. I have to read it. Sorry. So, what's happening? I'll message you and tell you that I'm starting it, just in case. I know we're buddy reading Fellowship of the Ring, which I'm way behind on. I'm sorry, but I have to read Queen of Shadows now. Anyway, okay. And then I went the other day to one of our other libraries. I live in a town that's like kind of twin cities next to each other, and so there's 2 libraries within 10 minutes of each other, and the other library has a lot of really cool books, and I like the way their libraries set up more, but I like my library because it's like a minute or two drive from my house, and so that's where I have all my whole books sent. So I normally go there more often, but every like once a month, or if I'm taking the kids to the library, the other library has more stuff for the kids, so we go there more often. Although I just noticed that my library that's closer to me added some of the stuff that we go to the other library for. So I don't know. I like to go to both of them. So anyway, their young adult section is like front and center, and the new books are right there. And so I'm always like, oh, I just heard about that on so-and-so's channel, or I just heard about that. And so I grab them. So I end up with a bunch of books, and then I have to read them all, which is not a bad problem to have, but I already have so many books I own that I need to read. Anyway, this is one of the ones I picked up last time I was there, and it's Frontlines by Michael Grant. I think actually I saw this on the Goodreads awards or whatever. So anyway, this is Frontline. She's fighting for her country. I don't know. This is kind of historical fiction. I think it's like really more fantasy, because I don't think it has that much historical aspect to it other than it's World War II. But it's actually like with women fighting on the front lines. I think that's like kind of the fantasy sci-fi part of it. Anyway, I've heard it's good, and apparently I think it was meant to be a standalone, but now it's not, or maybe it was always meant to be part of a series. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited for this. I love me some World War II historical fiction. I like young adult. I can't help it. Okay, I try to read grown-up books. I like young adult. I like grown-up books too, though. I read everything. You guys know that. Alright, so anyway, that's one of the ones I have. This is another one I picked up as I was sitting there waiting for my kids to have. They have this like early childhood learning computer there, and so that's what the kids were playing on. So I was waiting for them, and I was staring at all the young adult titles. And I don't know, I've heard mixed things about this book, and so I decided I'm just finally going to take it home and hopefully read it. I might not before it has to go back, but it's Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. And then, so it's about, it like goes back and forth between the author and then the person who lives them, who's in the world, or something like that. I don't know. I've heard it's good. I like some of Scott Westerfeld's other work. I mean, I liked Uglies, and I kind of liked Pretties. I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it a try. And then this one is the next one I have to read once I finish Queen of Shadows. Since I finished that and I'm all caught up with that series, I need to get caught up with this, and that's Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which is the second book in the Red Queen series. I don't know if that's the name of this series actually, but anyway, it is new. It is on hold by a gabillion people, and there's a huge hold line, so I can't renew it. So it's going to be due soon. I actually have Red Queen. I couldn't get them both at the same time from the library, so I ended up getting it. And so I have Red Queen, and I need to read Red Queen. So anyway, I need to reread Red Queen, because I have a horrible memory, and I'm confusing Red Queen with a lot of other books. So I need to read it, and then I need to read Glass Sword. So that's what I'm going to do next, because this is a book that I will read and then pay the fines, because I know that it'll be forever before I can get it again. So there's that one. And then the next two are books that I actually own, but I also have to check out from the library. And you may say, why? That seems a little ridiculous. And you're right, it does. But our library does, actually the library in the town over, but same difference, does a, so not the right angle, does a, these are going to be one-shot takes too, so this is going to be uploaded as it is. This should be interesting. Just a book of the month, and so I had to fill out, I've talked about this before too, I think. Maybe I haven't, but anyway, you have to fill out like this 5-6 page survey, and you say what kind of books you like, and what things you wouldn't read, and what things you would, and like rating things. It was this whole like genre, and what do you like in a protagonist, and what do you like in it, and just on and on and on and on. You get the point. And then they input that in a system, and then there's somebody who is in charge of this who picks out the books for you each month, and so then it just gets automatically put on hold and is waiting for you down at the library. And then they put this fancy dancy little thing on the back And then you rate it when you're done reading it, and it says, how can we improve our recommendations for you? And then you take it back. So it's pretty cool. But the last 4-5 months, they've picked books that I already own that I haven't read yet, which is actually really cool because I've wanted to read them. So it's been kind of funny though. So the one they picked last month for me, which I haven't read yet, is The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey. This is a literary fiction book, and it is about, I didn't tell you I told you a little bit about what the others are about. The rest of those were pretty popular, I would think, so you should probably know what they're about. This is about two people who live in the wilderness in the 1920s in Alaska. They really want a child, but they can't. And they build a child out of snow, and it ends up coming to life, I believe, or something like that. Anyway, it sounds really interesting. I've heard amazing things about it, so I'm excited to try this one. And then the other one is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know a lot about this except that it's really popular. I believe it's fantasy, and it's set in a Russia-like world, which is pretty much all you have to tell me, and I'll read it. I own this, and I believe I own the next book in the series, and possibly I may own the whole series. I bought them from Book Outlet, so I have those. So that's almost like my TBR for the next little while, other than The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, because I'm trying to get through my library books. So yeah, that is my library, what I have checked out for National Library Week. So let me know how you use your library, if you like your library, and I still don't quite know where the capture button is. That is it. Okay, had to check. So yeah, like I said, this is just going to be a new series, booktubing from bed. I'm probably going to at least make sure my hair is done a little bit, but probably not going to have much makeup on because I can't stand up to do my makeup. You know, I still want to make videos. I still want to connect with you, and I thought this will be a way for me to do it for this season. I did see my back doctor yesterday, and he wants me to get another MRI. Not my back doctor. He's a new back doctor to me. Well, okay, I take that back. I've seen him like twice through my whole back ordeal. It's been going on for like 11 years. And I've seen him twice during that time. And then I ended up seeing other people. But I liked him this time. He asked, what was going on, and was really like considerate and stuff. And he wants to get another MRI because it's been a year since my last one. So, I mean, that made perfect sense, which is kind of what I figured this whole appointment would be, was him asking me how I was feeling and saying, okay, let's get another picture because it's been a while. And so anyway, so we're getting another picture. And so now I just have to wait for insurance to approve it, or, all that stuff, and then get it scheduled. And then he also wants me to see a neurologist, which thankfully I have a follow-up appointment at the beginning of next month with my neurologist that I've been seeing for my concussion. So hopefully we can just roll what he wants me to talk to the neurologist about with this, because locally to get into the one neurologist we have in town, takes like 4 or 5 months. So that's good. So the nurse was like, oh, I'm so thankful that you already have a neurologist, because hopefully we can roll it into the next appointment, but even if not, I'm already established with somebody, so hopefully I can get it done in the next couple weeks, because at least from the MRI they showed a year ago, the amount of pain I'm having in my legs does not, the amount of numbness and other issues that I am having neurologically do not fit with what the MRI showed, unless there's a huge change in the MRI, but he's not expecting to see that big of a change to warrant the neurological symptoms. So he's thinking there might be something else going on neurologically. Great. Isn't that fabulous? So anyway, we get to figure that out too. So that's the story of all of that. So for now, this is how we'll be booktubing. Every once in a while, if I'm having a really good day and I can stand, then at night I might try a video where I was gonna film, but I doubt that that's gonna happen. So this will be it, and I'll just do my videos from here, and it's just the way it's gonna be. So anyway, Until next time, I'll chat with y'all later. Bye.